As Colorado's snowy season comes to Grandview, students have a lot on their minds. For new drivers, driving in the snow is definitely a priority.
Oh, definitely the winter. I would say with the snow, especially when you can't see anything, and with the potential of ice, you're just going to slip around, and car crashes are just so often.
From icy roads to foggy skies, winter driving can be difficult for all, regardless of driving ability or experience.
You know, we, I think, overestimate, or not overestimate, but don't realize until we get on the road just how different it is to drive in snow than it is on a dry road, how icy it can be. You know, we're taught theoretically in driving school how to react under these circumstances, but it's very different when you get behind the wheel. Even as a veteran driver, there's times where my car slides, and it's very scary at times.
Icy conditions on the road can reduce friction between a car's tires and the road. This can lead to reduced control while steering, fishtailing, and increased time to stop, all of which can lead to accidents.
I feel like 2 or 3 usually driving down. Usually one. There's always usually one in front of the school, and I drive right next to Eagle Crest, so there's always one in front of there too.
I would say there's definitely more accidents in situations where there's elements such as snow and rain. I think it's harder to see. I think it's harder to control the car. I think people don't take their time as much.
While it's important to get to school on time, it's also important to be safe. In addition to taking it slow on the roads, consider leaving a few minutes earlier on days that have potentially dangerous conditions.
I would say on a snowy morning, if I leave my house between 7 and 7:10, it's going to take me double the amount of time to get here versus, you know, if it's not a snowy morning.
Usually around winter, especially with Arapahoe Road, we have a lot more traffic just because everything moves a little bit slower. So of course you get out there on Arapahoe Road and everything is backed up and we move a little bit slower. So everybody's rushing to get here because of course nobody wants to be late.
I mean, on like non-snowy days, I normally leave around 7:40, but when it is snowy, I like to leave around like 7:30, which means waking up even earlier because I have to scrape my car off, but I'll typically leave around 7:30.
Last year, I had CP Algebra 2 first period, and on a snow day, in a class of 31 kids, I would start the class sometimes with maybe 10 or 11.
While driving in icy conditions can be scary, the only way to get better is practice. The more experienced drivers of Grandview's community also have some tips.
If your tires are like slipping on ice, don't press down on the gas. It pushes the snow out from under your tires and you get stuck a lot easier than if you just go slowly. So it makes it harder to actually drive if you just pedal to the metal or whatever.
Go slow, go under the speed limit. If you feel sliding, don't overcorrect your wheel so you don't crash. And just really like take it easy and keep distance between like cars so you don't, in case you do slide, you don't crash into anyone and cause an accident.
I definitely say like naturally go way slower than you'd normally want to. For me, my car's pretty raised, so I have to take turns like really slow normally. But especially when it's icy, if I'm going into a turn, I go like really as slow as I possibly can, even if the people behind me are angry. And then I'd also just kind of say know what areas in your neighborhood tend to get the worst, because there's definitely areas where I've slipped like tons of times, so I know to take that slower each time.
I think what's important is that you're just safe and you go slow and you don't overestimate, you know, your like what you think the road is. So I think it's always important to be cautious. But snowy conditions are way different than when it's not snowing or there's elements such as rain or things like that. Like when it's a sunny day outside, it's very different than when there's rain or snow or things like that. So it's always really important to play it safe.
Keep this advice in mind while driving in icy conditions.
Even if you're a new driver and you allow plenty of time to get there, you have good tires on your vehicle. You guys can do, new drivers, old drivers, you guys can do it and get there just fine.
I think once you know what to expect, it's not that hard.
We here at GVTV hope you all stay safe on the roads this icy season. This has been Chelsea
and Isaiah
signing off for GVTV.